This is day 166 of a 365 days adventure all around New Zealand that Laura and I tackled 2 years ago. We had to do 365 activities in 365 days all around the country. So, day 166 we're exploring the Catlins and we're gonna see some sea lion battling for whatever sea lion battle for. See you at the end of the video.
Today marks the first day of our epic Catlins road trip, and we are starting our day by heading towards Waipapa Point, which, just as a word of warning, all the roads are between Waipapa Point and Curio Bay are gravel roads, so there's a lot of gravel roading to do before we reach Waipapa Point. The information signs tell us that Waipapa Point is actually a historical site for a massive shipwreck that happened here, where only 20 out of 151 people survived. And this sparked the building of this lighthouse that we can see at the end of the point. But we're not here for the historical features, we're mainly here for the wildlife.
So we are in Waipapa Point. We're going to check out if there is some sea lions around. So far we've seen a ton of oyster catchers, but no wildlife whatsoever. I mean, so far we see a lot of oyster catchers, but no sea lions whatsoever. So hopefully we'll get to see something very soon.
I think you can see one.
Oh, do you want to look at that? Oh, yeah.
No, there's one right here, rub it in.
What? Oh, shit.
I can't believe that I did not even notice this huge sea lion.
Oh my god, this is so big.
Barely moving, he blends perfectly with the rocks.
I'm not going to go wake him up, he'll whack me. He'll be like, oh god.
Known as whakahao or rapoka in Maori, I'm sorry for the pronunciation, they are also known in English as the hooker sea lion, but they have been renamed lately as the New Zealand sea lion, and I think it's so much easier to remember, so I like that. Every single year, the New Zealand sea lion come back to New Zealand mainland to claim their territory, and we are lucky enough to actually see that happening right before our eyes. This massive male right in front of us is basically defending his land against a younger and much smaller male which decides to come onto the same beach. What New Zealand sea lion male do is actually fight and solve their issues before the female comes. So as soon as the female come back from the sea, they arrive and they only have one male to choose. Although New Zealand sea lions are huge and they are basically all muscle, they are super powerful creatures, their fights are actually super lengthy. Most of the fight is actually gauging your opponent, and those two sea lions are looking at each other for quite a while, and it's a massive spectacle that they move an inch closer to each other before the fight erupts. It's quite impressive. Both sea lions position themselves in kind of attacking position, facing each other and moving really close and almost like just teeth distance to each other. Laura and I get a little bit scared because, well, it's happening right now. We know they're gonna fight. They have been grunting and roaring at each other for about 15 minutes, so we move a little bit back and here is the fight. Their roar resonates all around the beach as they are battling it out, and it's over in an instant. Sea lions are not fighting to kill each other, but just to affirm their dominance. So as soon as the younger male, the much smaller one of them both, realizes that he's no match for this older and most experienced male, he's just giving up and he's been driving away from the beach. It is mesmerizing to be able to see such an amazing spectacle. In front of us is literally the daily life of sea lion happening. It's so cool. And it's really sad to actually know that New Zealand sea lions are one of the rarest sea lions in the world. It's actually the rarest sea lion in the world, with only 12,000 individuals left, mostly located around the Southland and Otago regions of New Zealand, as well as in the sub-Antarctic islands of New Zealand.
I, for one, am happy to see these 165 kg animals taking their fight away from the beach. The fact that they are quite comfortable around humans means that they can be quite dangerous, so it's good to keep your distance at least 10 meters away from sea lions. Now that the coast is clear, Robin and I are taking some time to have a look around this really awesome rocky shore before making our way along the walkway back to the lighthouse. But our minds are completely still on those sea lions.
Their roar is so loud, like wow.
You can hear, like, almost feel their breath
Yeah.
coming out of their lungs. It's so powerful.
And they're much bigger than what I thought they would be, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're like,
They're kind of scary. You just don't want to get too close.
yeah, it's kind of like, you know, just keep your respectable distances from here, from there, right?
We take some last photos of this amazing coastline before making our way back into our camper van for a quick lunch of pretty boring sandwiches. But then it's back onto the road because we're heading to our second destination of today, which is Slope Point.
Alright, so we are in Slope Point, which is the southernmost point of New Zealand mainland.
Slope Point is the southernmost point of mainland New Zealand. Many of you might think it is Bluff, but actually it is right here in the Catlins, which is Slope Point, and the walk to get there is just a 20-minute walk along farmland. You need to follow a few markers to get there. But once we arrive, we realise there's really not much here. Just a sign, a bit of rugged coastline, but it's really awesome scenery, so we can't complain too much.
The views from atop the cliffs are absolutely amazing. We can see the waves bashing onto the rocks below. We can see all the seaweed behaving like hairs in the water. It is really amazing, and the color of the water is so crystal clear. I love it. But the token tourist thing to do is to take a pictures with the sign that display where is the South Pole and where is the equator from Slope Point. There is a few of those signs a little bit everywhere, from Cape Ringa to Bluff at the bottom of the South Island, and it's really cool to take pictures with all those yellow signs. After taking extra pictures on the cliff and more pictures because Laura is crazy about pictures, we start making our way back up toward the camper van. And most of the walk is actually passing through sheep fields, which means that during lambing season, which runs in New Zealand from September to November, the walk is often closed as sheep, as this time of the year, need some peace.
We are now going to be making our way to our base for the rest of our Catlin stay, which is the Whistling Frog Resort, which is like a holiday park and campground as well. Robin is making us dinner tonight, which is cheese with a little bit of pasta, and this is the classic backpacker meal, a good way to save money while you're on the road.
Now, Waipapa Point is easy to access. You hop off from your van in a camper. Literally on the parking slot. On the parking lot, yeah. So literally on the parking slot. So literally on the parking lot.
Alright guys, I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Usually this is the part where I go over all the comments that you had the first time we published it, and today we literally only had people saying that the videos were awesome. So thank you to Why in the World for saying some nice words, and from Chasing Adeline, who said that was an awesome video as well. So yeah, you guys are very welcome. I'm glad to see that you guys are still enjoying our content. If you guys want to know more about the Catlins and explore more about the Catlins, we do have full guides of the Catlins on NZPocketGuide.com, so you might want to check that out. In the meantime, keep on adventuring around New Zealand, and we'll see you next time.